With a chance this is happening right by a fucking war memorial as well. So from Piccadilly Circus with the Kurdish having their protests last week, now we've got Egyptian ones. You see the problems that happens when you import the whole world.
من سوريا ومن العراق والله إن كان هذا
literally every fucking week got some new protest, some new foreign protest right by that transsexual bollocks over there.
وصل 51 دولار يعني 51 جنيه.
I don't even know what they're saying.
وصل 51 جنيه الآن.
That is disgusting, I think, right by a war memorial. Traditional looking people here with flag caps and that. Just to let you know you're in a really satanic age. So the inverted pentagram by that tranny flag or whatever it is. This is the Christmas of the future. This time last year it was Birmingham with the Free Palestine stuff. And now, last week, on Remembrance Sunday, the Kurdish protests, and now this. This is the future of multicultural Britain. And then just to add to the dystopian element, got these, the tent city over there. Christ. What has happened to this place the last couple of years? So that's the future that we fought for. That all cleared off anyway. Good luck going on that one. You alright, all? So, them two videos there from St. Peter's Square in Manchester. The original intention was to just combine it together and just to show what was going on a Sunday in 2024 in St. Peter's Square in Manchester. Now, when I put the videos together though, I realised it's the perfect example of the bread and circuses theme. So in other words, the bread and circuses is an old Roman phrase. One of the Roman emperors said that give the masses bread and circuses and they'll never revolt. Because the bread and circuses were there basically to distract people from the problems of the decaying, corrupt Roman Empire. Pretty much identical to everything that's happening now. Because I won't get sucked into that rabbit hole, but the theme of the Roman Empire hasn't gone away throughout history. It's just became the British and then later on the Anglo-American Empire, which was more or less the same thing, just on a bigger scale. But there's no better example than them two events, which were only an hour, 2 hours apart at the very most. Because I think I went to St. Peter's Square, filmed that lot doing their thing there, and then went for like a little wander down to a statue, and I think I might have come back round to St. Peter's Square again later on, when the footy fans were obviously kicking off. And having watched that video, them two videos together now, there's no better example. So you've got the obvious problems that are coming with mass immigration, multiculturalism, and also you've got the footy fans off to, scream and shout about, like, Charlie Beach filmed the same areas I was in just by chance on Sunday. He got better footage in some regards because he got the bloody Muslims praying on the cenotaph. All deliberate, I think. I don't think it's like they're that daft, but they know it's on a war memorial. They know it'll piss us off, so that's why they're doing it, just to show complete lack of respect. Then also you got all the kids crawling over the cenotaph, which is a footage he got. I'll try to link it in at the end. But he said it well, that it's a load of lads going off to support a load of foreigners playing for Manchester in inverted commas. They don't really care about Manchester, do they? They're there for the wages, They'll happily go to another team if the wages are better, or because, like, I was speaking to someone yesterday in the comments. I think he's a Manchester United fan, and he's from Trafford. It's the 90s glory days are over, because in the 90s you actually had players, 90s backwards, you had players that played for local teams. So even the noughties, Wayne Rooney for Everton, Michael Owen for Liverpool, Scholes, Neville Brothers for Manchester United. You had a bit of an international element there, obviously with Schmeichel and Cantona, for example. But they were often loyal to them teams, though. They'd probably stay with them for the whole career. But them glory days, them days where... The thing is, I was thinking when I was watching it on Sunday, England's culture, and England generally, and Britain, it's a victim of its own success, really, because our culture and our ways were so good that it basically attracted the whole world. And that's why it's such an international element now. That's why foreigners pretty much rule all the football teams, obviously because they have the money. The football teams are mainly made up by foreigners now. So the days of like local lads playing for local teams is pretty much like a bygone era now. It's all loyal to money at the end of the day. But getting back to the decay and empire thing, you've got people, chanting and screaming and shouting for a football team, but you've got real problems underway now in this country, and there's no better example than that. So to the footy fans, fine, you know what I mean? Good, go and enjoy your footy game. You need that release every now and then, with all the problems we've got nowadays. But if you'd have come an hour or two earlier, imagine your presence there by the cenotaph, if you'd been there defending the cenotaph or something. Or if you spent an hour or two protesting at a town council, putting all that energy into some protesting at a town council for like ULEZ if you're down in London, or to stop mass immigration coming into Britain. The power in numbers would somewhat not terrify, but it'd certainly make the council realise that people are sort of uniting. But all that energy gets invested to 22 blokes kicking a football around the field. Really, when you get down to it, that's what it is. It doesn't really mean that much if you look at a more nihilistic approach. At the end of the day, what's changed? So for example, if you go into that football stadium and you've got all these problems outside the stadium, you invest all your energy in the stadium, and then you come out, but nothing's changed. It's all like illusionary basically, and that's the bread and circuses thing all over. So yeah, I just thought it was a very good example. Due to the contrast of the two things that were going on. You got the Muslims praying on the cenotaph like something out of Children of Men or the book Camp of the Saints, and then you've got these all mainly white British lads on the platform chanting off to go and support United or City. But in reality, that energy could be spent much better. We could try and use that energy to fix the problems we've got in this country that are only going to get worse. And who knows, it could lead somewhere, but I don't know. It's a complicated situation, but I just thought there's no better example of the bread and circuses thing than that video. So before I ramble on any further, I'll cut it there. So cheers.